Okay, so this is gonna sound super funny, but I already shot the intro to this video and I was like, oh, you know, I have a test tomorrow and I don't want to study, and I know a lot of you out there do not want to study for some particular papers which are just bad, and you know, we're just bad at it, so we want to give up. And if you're going to give up, you're going to end up with nothing, so let's study. That's why I shot. I was just reviewing it and I was like, that's actually bullshit, you know, like, because it's not like if you get a bad grade on one paper you're gonna end up like with a trashy life, like you're gonna be nothing. Like, that's not true. And if you keep that thing in your head, like I'm gonna be doomed if I don't get an A, that's actually going to sort of discourage you, because it's gonna instill so much fear in you of that subject and of tests and exams. Like, it's just, according to me, like, it's not gonna go too well. Also, like, not having any regard for the paper, like just being too super overconfident is also not good, but you must have some level of confidence in yourself, and that is why I scraped that intro off, because I was like, no, I'm telling the wrong thing. So yeah, I have a test tomorrow, as I just said, and I may not do great at it, but if I'm gonna devote some time to it right now, I'm gonna do good, or maybe decent at it. And I know for a fact that you guys can too. You just need like a little bit of discipline and a little bit of devotion, and you're good. You're good. In my last Q&A video, I said that I'll probably be making a video in which, you know, I share my studying tips with you guys, you know, what all I did for boards, you know, what all my studying techniques were, how often did I take breaks, and, you know, all those thingies, all those technique thingies. And today seems like a great opportunity, because I came back from college, I took a nap, and then I just woke up a while ago, and now I was just sitting down to study for this paper I have tomorrow. Not really an exam, but it's a class test, but it's an internal class test, so uske marks lagenge in the final grade or whatever. And in all my semesters before this, like the final year, like before third year, all my semesters I was just like to, you know, fuck all about everything. Like, I didn't give a shit about marks and all. But yeah, third year you just have to get your shit together. So yeah, I'm gonna be studying for this paper today in this vlog, and it's not really a day vlog because it's 7 in the day right now that I'm starting the vlog. It's gonna be kind of a night vlog, but I'm not sure how long I'm gonna stay up till at night, because I'm really like desperately trying to, you know, correct my sleep cycle. But I most probably will, because last night I think I slept at like 3 or 4 in the morning. So yeah, I think it's gonna be a night-ish vlog, and we're gonna share some study tips, and I hope you guys like it. Subscribe to my channel. I just changed into a very appropriate t-shirt for studying. No, I was just kidding. The thing is that I came back from college and I was so freaking tired. I just directly went for a nap. I didn't even change, so I just changed the kurta that I was wearing for college. I'm in some comfy clothes now, which is very important, and I'm just gonna clean my desk because it is a mess, for 2 reasons. First reason being this, that I just cannot concentrate when it's like dirty around me, so that, and second, I need to find my notebook in which I take class notes, because apparently I've lost it in that mess somewhere, and I need to find it because that's where I have all my notes for tomorrow's paper, and if I don't find it, I'm flunking. So I'm gonna go and get some cleaning done. So I cleaned my entire table like you just saw, and that's exactly where I'm sitting right now. But I did not end up finding my notebook, and I feel like I left it with someone in college. I'm really not sure, but it's okay. It's just 2-page worth of information that I needed for tomorrow's test, and I got it from a classmate. So that's sorted. I have a stack full of notes that one of my seniors gave me actually, and it has some really good information. Of course, I'm going to be referring to the internet because, I mean, a lot of people say that it's not credible information, but for generic things and just for, you know, things that aren't too technical, you can always just, you know, go to the internet and try and find credible sources, because like if you know how to look for good information and credible information, you will get it. I usually would suggest you go to or read research papers by scholars, like well-known scholars, or research papers published by like renowned colleges, you know, because they usually, like more by and largely, do not have the wrong information published. So I feel like those are safe sources to study from. If you're in school right now, if you're not in college, I think your textbook, be it ICSE or CBSE board, should be your go-to, because in school levels what I've seen is like a lot of times they give you questions directly from the book, okay, at least for humanities. As I said in my last Q&A video, I can't really speak for science and commerce, and the techniques that I'm going to show you guys today might not really be applicable on science and commerce, because I just have not been a good science and commerce student, and I actually opted for humanities in my higher classes. So yeah, that being said, I think I should start studying now, because I've been not really procrastinating, but I've just been, you know, trying to find my notebook, stressing over my notebook, eating, then taking a chai break for like the past 2 hours, and 2 hours have gone by since I last talked to you guys. I cleaned my table, that was good, but I didn't find my notebook, so that's sad. But yeah, I think I should not be wasting any more time and I should start studying. The first technique that I'm going to show you guys is how I organize my syllabus. Okay, I do not do that anymore for college, because okay guys, so the thing is that I've been trying to record the voiceover for this particular clip for like the past 15 minutes, and I'm like miserably failing at it, and that's making me a little frustrated. But don't worry, head over to my Instagram, because I will be uploading a story to explain this technique, so you guys can understand it there. For those of you who will be watching it like a few months later, do not worry, head on to my next vlog after this upload and you'll find it there. So that's how I start off studying, like by just organizing the whole syllabus and like just putting it in my head ki kya karna hai, like you know, just realizing it, making it into a reality that okay, this much has to be done. But yeah, that's how I start. So the first column is reading 1, right? So the very first time that I had to read it would not be one day before the exam. It happened like I think summer break ke time pe, or like a month after that, not after that. And at that time boards were like super far away, so I didn't really worry too much about, you know, how much time I'm giving to what. I just used to devote my time to reading everything once, second time highlighting it, and you know, like following the course of this table. But then eventually when pre-boards started coming closer and you know, boards started coming closer, I started dividing my time. Okay, so what I used to do is, I don't know if you guys will be able to tell or not, but can you see this calendar? So I don't know, this calendar, okay, so I had something like this on my board at that time as well. It has boxes for each day, right? So exams ke aaspas wale time mein, because you literally cannot, you know, waste an hour or half an hour, you cannot, you have to manage your time really well. So like super close to exams, or you know, super close to boards, what I used to do is I used to plan out my whole day, okay, and like realistically, not like 6 baje uth jaungi, raat ke crore baje tak baith ke padungi, like that's not gonna happen, so don't do it. Like take a chill time, whatever time you wake up. I honestly, like genuinely, I'm not kidding, I used to wake up at 11 and 12 in the day, and that's precisely the reason why my parents used to think that I'm not doing shit and I'm not studying. But I used to stay up late at night and study. So like, don't care about it, okay? It doesn't matter if you're studying in the day or if you're studying in the night. A lot of people will say that, oh no, you know, waking up in the early morning and studying is the best. Do what suits you. If the calm of the night helps you study and helps you concentrate, do it. But do not fuck up your sleep cycle. ऐसा नहीं करना कि boards आते आते मतलब हालत ऐसी हो जाए कि आप 7 बजे उठ ही ना पाओ. Like whatever, कितने बजे होते हैं boards? 10ish something start होता है ना. So don't mess it up at that level कि सुबह के 7 बजे सो रहे हो फिर दोपहर के 4 बजे उठ रहे हो. Don't do that. But like you can sleep by 1:32. Like that's reasonable during boards. And try and wake up by 9:30. If that's too early, 10 wake up, 1 घंटा लो, chill. The key is to 12th and acing your 12th boards that ज़्यादा नहीं पढ़ना है, ठीक है? Like you don't have to study everything like crazy and just keep studying all the time. जितना पढ़ना है, okay? Even out of the 24 hours, if you're studying only for 5 hours in a day, make sure you study so well in those 5 hours that you know you're gonna ace it, okay? Because a lot of times what happens is, because there's so much pressure कि दिन भर बैठ के पढ़ो, kids end up just like not giving a shit or like texting and like not actually focusing on what they're doing. So do that. Going back to the point that I was trying to make, I need to be quick because I need to start studying for my paper tomorrow. But so what I used to do with this calendar is, for example, for tomorrow, okay, I don't know if you can see it, but for tomorrow I have written work on MGHR plus GM. These are 2 subjects for which I need to make a project, okay? So I've just written it there. Right now, I don't really need to care too much about the time, but in boards, I used to write it on my calendar, and every day I had a small spiral notepad, okay, in which I had my hourly to-do, which I used to write one night before, okay. Also, there were many days where I skipped it and I did not follow shit from that, but the very satisfaction that no, I have my shit organized and I have everything like organized and in front of me used to give me a little satisfaction. So it's okay if you're not following through it, but out of a week, even if like you're following it for 3 days, that's okay and that's good. It's a start. Follow through it and you'll eventually get into a habit, okay. So in boards, I had my hourly timetable, like I knew exactly what I wanted to do, when I wanted to take a break, and yeah, that's how it went. So I don't know what point I was trying to make, but like, manage your time well. And I'm gonna go and study for my paper right now. It's about 1 in the night right now. I was just doing the syllabus and I have not really made a lot of progress because after I said that I'm gonna study, I studied for a while and then I was talking to Trisha, and then my mom came back from the evening walk, so we were just gossiping about something, and then I was just chilling, and then I just, you know, went onto YouTube, and then I don't know how time passed, but it's 1 in the morning and I usually just give up and just sleep and then just flunk my papers, but I'm not gonna do that because it's 3rd year now, and all the internals that I've given up until now have been fairly decent, like good to my surprise, unlike 1st year and 2nd year. So I'm gonna put in a little bit of effort and continue that streak. So what I'm gonna do is, also by the way, I was previously sitting at the table, but now I've moved onto the bed because it's just super comfortable. I have this nice table. I keep my notebook and my laptop and whatever stuff I need to study. I also need to pick that binder up, but right now I'm gonna go and make some chai. I'm not gonna have coffee because you can't really see it in this light. Let me try and show you, but my skin is a mess. You see this? I have all these really bad spots. I'm probably gonna get my period soon, that's why. But whatever it is, having coffee is just gonna mess it up. But I wanna stay up and I wanna be able to concentrate, so I'm gonna go and make some green tea. So my water is just heating for the green tea, and while it's heating, I just wanted to talk about something. I feel like it's very important to have snacks with you if you're like a foodie, or if you're just someone who, you know, likes snacking in the middle of the night. I feel like there's no really particular category who likes snacking. Like, it's a very common human trait to like want to have snacks when you're studying especially, or doing any other boring tasks. So just have some healthy snacks with you, you know, like nothing too fatty or something, because honestly, one mistake I made throughout my boards was I had way too much junk. I put on a lot of weight during boards, and weight is not really an issue, but the other things that come with the weight, which is lethargy, which directly, like, you know, impacts your studying hours, or like, you know, your discipline and your whatever energy to study, ability to concentrate, it affects it. So just try and stay as healthy as you can. Keep like healthy snacks with you, you know, like let me show you guys. There's this khakra that my mom got a few months ago, and we've been snacking on it for a long time, and I saw it on the table today, so I knew here it was gonna be here. It's the Jobson's khakra. This is what the pack looks like. I'm sure you can find it on Amazon and any other departmental store. I really like snacking on this khakra these days when I'm, you know, studying at night or something, because they are super healthy. Okay, these are roasted, first of all, not fried, so like that's healthy in itself, and you know, like it's wheat and not flour, so that's great. And these come in like really nice flavors. The one I have right now is chili garlic, and there's golgappa and like a lot of other cool flavors, so that's a great snack, you know, for like night time. Also, I'm speaking really softly because it's super late in the night and my mom's sleeping and she's not really feeling too well. So yeah, and my water is heated up. We have got the tea. I didn't really make it too strong because if I have it too strong right now, I won't be able to sleep, and I have an 8:45 AM lecture. So yeah, I got my tea. I'm gonna go back to studying. I'm gonna try and wrap up this vlog in the next 5 minutes. I mean, not really 5 minutes. I'm gonna study for another hour or so, and then I'm gonna wrap up the vlog with the last few techniques that I have. Techniques? Why am I calling it technique? It sounds so kiddish. Like tips. Yeah, few other tips I have, but very generic. And one more important thing, if you are watching a video and tomorrow you have an exam or something, go offline, because I know how this works, you know. Oh, I'm just gonna take a break, I'm gonna watch a vlog, or I'm gonna watch one video of you know, some YouTuber, and then it just becomes a string and you are binging right now. And if you are doing that, go offline and study. I studied a little bit of whatever I could, and then I found myself watching room tours on YouTube, and I feel like now it's time for me to sleep. But before that, I wanted to talk about a few things. So the first thing that I want to talk about is, do not take your pre-boards or your unit tests like really lightly. I say that because throughout 12th I was super like chill and relaxed, and I didn't really take unit tests, you know, very seriously, but I should have. If I did, I would have scored better. I mean, I could have gotten a 98 if I took those like more seriously, because the main point of unit tests, even though uske marks nahi lagte, even though it doesn't matter for shit if you fail in it or not, they help you analyze where you're lacking. And I know it sounds stupid, like why the fuck do we need to give so many tests, you know, before the final exam, when we could just take that time to study? I know, but the very fact that you're gonna get tested for what you know at that point is gonna help you sort of, you know, improve yourself more. So unit tests and all these pre-boards and pre-boards that you have before boards, take them seriously. Do not take them lightly. Study for them, because that's just gonna help you ease up your burden towards the end of the boards. So yeah, that's one advice. The second one that I want to say is watch videos. By watch videos, I mean there's gonna be content in your, you know, notebook or in your syllabus. There's always something or the other that you don't understand, and I mean, it's great if you're that student who knows everything. I'm so proud of you. But there are some people like me who will, like, you know, may have missed out a particular topic in class, and you know, that just never got repeated in class, or there's just some topic you're not able to understand, some theory you're not able to understand, or just something you are just not able to understand. Go seek advice on the internet, look it up, watch videos about it. I had psychology as one of my subjects in 12th grade, and there would be theories of it that I just would not understand, okay, when I would read it. And NCERT doesn't really do a great job at writing books. Like, I think that's a very well-established fact amongst the student community as well as teachers. Like, everyone knows that NCERT books aren't really great. So psychology being a very technical subject, there were some theories that I just did not understand, even though my teacher was great. Just so that you know, like, I loved my psychology teacher in school. She was a, like, I love her. Like, I actually want to go meet her again. But going back to what I was saying, there were just some things that I had missed out on because I had gone for my brother's wedding, and that unfortunately didn't get repeated in class. So I went onto the internet and I started, you know, watching videos about it, and you know, I was just able to understand it better. And after watching the videos, those videos and, like, you know, those people on, you know, YouTube and all these other sources explaining that theory in person felt like my teacher was explaining it to me, and that just supplemented what was there in the text. And I eventually ended up scoring a 98 in psychology. Yeah, I'm flexing, bitches. Point number 3 is very important. I feel so stupid for not saying this point in the starting of the video, but a very important thing while writing your board exams, okay, is, you know, answer according to the marks that are allotted to that question. I know it's gonna sound silly when I say this, but there are kids who write half a page, not full page, but at least half a page for like a 1 marker, okay? And 1 markers, which are basically fill in the blanks, or like, you know, 1 mark के जो questions होते हैं, first 4 questions or something like that. I'm forgetting the board paper pattern, but we used to have 4 to 5 1 markers in the beginning of the question paper. A lot of kids I know, including myself in 10th grade, I used to write a lot for that 1 mark, and by the time I reached the 8 markers or the 12 markers, I had no energy and no time left, and that was one of the major reasons why I would miss out on marks. So write as much as is required. And you know how I learned this? I went to the CBSE site once, okay, like before my boards, and I was just downloading past year papers. Also, guys, make sure you do all the past year papers, because I'll tell you what, something very honestly, CBSE is really fucking lazy, okay? They repeat the same questions every year, every single year. If not the last year's question, the year before last year, like the, you know what I'm trying to say. Like, just do your past papers and you're sorted, okay? Going back to what I was saying, oh my god, what's wrong with me? Okay, going back to what I was saying, I went to the CBSE website and I was just trying to download a few question papers, and I found this file called Answer Key, okay? And I clicked on it, and you know what it was? It was basically the official guide that CBSE gives to every single teacher, like whoever's gonna be checking that, you know, what has the student written, uske according aapko kitne marks dene hain, okay? And for all the 1 markers, you would get a full mark if you just write that 1 word of, you know, the answer. Like, don't just write the one word, just write the full sentence. Like, for example, something 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 dash something something something. Write the full sentence, write the answer, underline it in a pencil, and that's enough. Like, that's enough to get you your full 1 mark for that. You do not need to write the full paper, waste your time and ache your hand and then have no time left for the rest of your paper. Do not do that stupidity, okay? Same goes for 4 markers. 4 mark में टीचर्स को अच्छे से स्पेसिफाइड होता है कि इतने वर्ड से इतने वर्ड ही लिखना है, ठीक है? आप अगर उससे ज़्यादा लिखोगे, ऐसा नहीं कि आपको 4 मार्क्स का क्वेश्चन है तो 6 मार्क्स मिल जाएंगे, नहीं. इफ़ यू राइट द रिक्वायर्ड वर्ड्स, you'll get 4 marks. If you write more than the required words, then also you'll get 4 marks only. So don't waste your time exceeding the word limit. And also, if I'm not wrong, I feel like against each question they even write the word limit. So always try to adhere to it, because you know, that's how the teachers are asked to check it. That's the official guideline, you know. So yeah, that's one thing. And the last thing is, do not stress out, okay? It's okay. Nahi aayenge अच्छे marks, so that's not the end of the world. There have been people who haven't gotten great marks, but they are doing really well in life right now. Do not let yourself think that, you know, मैं नहीं पढ़ूंगा, मेरे marks नहीं आएंगे, मैं फिर भी cool kid बनूंगा. ऐसा नहीं होगा, ठीक है? अगर you put in your efforts, if you are putting like actual hard work and फिर भी marks नहीं आते, then don't worry, okay? That's one thing that my dad told me throughout boards. He was like, do not stress yourself out, because every morning before giving the paper, I used to be so stressed, and my dad was like, listen, you have put in your effort, we have seen you study, you have the satisfaction of having done all past papers, having done all revision questions. इसके बाद भी अगर marks नहीं आते, it's not on you, it's okay. You learned how to work hard. If not boards, you will work hard for entrance. If not that, you'll work hard in the industry later on, you know. So I guess the point that I'm trying to make is, do not stress yourself out. It's gonna be fine. I feel like your pre-board should be starting soon. If you are someone in 12th grade, don't stress out, okay? And you guys can always reach out to me as Shalu Mishra, or you can email whatever you want to me if you have any board related queries, especially shalumishra4real@gmail.com. Don't worry, okay? Now I'm gonna go sleep because I have a test tomorrow for which I didn't, like, I don't know, I'm not sure what's gonna happen, but it's okay. It's just a test, it's fine. I did my best, it's fine. I'll see you guys tomorrow.